Yeah, yeah. So I'll gain access to you. Just you can record yourself. So just next we'll go for constructor. Sir. The constructor is a special symbol which is in which the class name, which the class name and the method name are similar. Okay. Hello. Hello, madam.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this class name and the method name are same. Then we call as a constructor. Class name, for example, the class name is testing. Under that method name, public testing or void testing. So if both are the same, see here the method name is testing and the class name is testing. So that's then we'll call it as a constructor. So when you are going to call this method, you don't need to call when you are going to call the class, you don't need to call the method since both are having the same name, right? So what we can do, just when you call this part, you can make as public static void main string comma arguments. String comma arguments. Now if you want to call your name, what is the class name? Testing. So testing a1 equal to new testing. So a1 dot. So you no need to call this method since this method name and the class name are similar. So whatever the testing you've been worked out, whatever the method you've been called, it will call that to the main class and it will execute it. This is called as a constructor. It's called as a constructor. We'll see a sample example and we'll see the real time also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a sample class in this. So just right click on the package, go to new, click on the class, and I'm going to mention the class name as something like a calling. The calling one is my class. Just I'm not selecting any public static void my string. Just click finish. So this is my class name is calling, right? My class name is calling. So I'm going to use height equal to 12, width equal to 23, area equal to int area, int area, int height, int. So I declared here. Now what is my method? Calling one. Calling one is my method, right? In this calling, I can use area equal to height into width. Height into width. So now meanwhile, I need to mention my area height equal to 12, width equal to 20. So I declared as area equal to height into width. Now I want to call this method. How do you call? Public static void main string comma arguments. So under that I'm going to use calling one, some variable calling one equal to some variable a1 equal to new calling one. Okay, now here I'm going to do a1 dot. You no need to call calling area. So automatically whatever the method is there, whatever the method is, the method is calling method. Okay, so whatever the method is there, it will call that method. It will automatically call the method. Save the file, run as Java. So I need to mention the system dot out dot println area of the rectangle. Okay, na? So automatically whatever the class you are going to call, in that class the method is also executed. This method will be executed. You no need to call the method. This is called default constructor. This is called, so types of constructors. One is called the second one is called as a parameterized constructor. In the default constructor which are not passing the values is called default, and when you pass the values from the main method so when you pass the values to the main method will called as a parameterized constructor. So this is just I'll show the sample example, then we'll go for real time how we are going to use this. The parameterized constructor is the passing values, nothing but a passing values from the main method. Main method from the main method is called parameterization. Okay, from the main method is called parameterization. So this parameterization, how we are going to pass, I'll tell you. So this is called default. So I don't want to assign any values over here. I don't want to assign any values here. So just what I can do, instead of parameterizing is just you can remove these things. You can remove area also. Now what we can do is here you can call, you can mention as int height, int width, width, int area. That's all. So where I can pass the values, I can pass the values in calling. So where what are the values I need to pass? 12 comma 23. I need to pass up. So this 12 will be assigned to the height and 23 will be assigned to the area, to the width. So it will calculate the area of rectangle equal to 256. This is called passing parameters. So creating the variable in the main method, declaring the variable in the main method and calling them. This is called calling parameters. It's called calling parameters. Parameterized constructors. Parameterized constructor. This is a non-default constructor. Default constructor. Okay, this is the default constructor. Now we'll see an example for username and password. You will see for username and password. First, we'll see default constructor for this. So just I'm going to create string username, string password, string password. Now I'm going to use. So I'm going to perform the operations inside the calling. So system dot which application I want to work. I want to work on newtools.demo80.com website. So where I'm going to perform the username and password. System dot. So I need to add my jar files, right? I need to add d dot manage dot window dot maximize. Once it is maximized, now I want to capture my username and password. So just inspect that element, go to new. So just inspect username. So username name equal to username. D dot find element of by dot name username dot send keys. So I'm not passing any values here. So I'm going to use send keys. I'll make it as a constant right at the moment. I'll write Mercury. Similarly, D dot find element of by dot name. So what is the second one I need to pass? I need to pass the parameter for second one is password. Name equal to password. Name equal to password. Name equal to password. Dot send keys. Right. D dot find element of by dot name submit. Right. Name equal to submit. Click on the name. Name equal to submit. By dot name submit dot click. D dot find element of. Oh, sir, I need to close the window now. D dot so D dot close. That's all. Okay. Na? So what I'm going to do here. So just change the Chrome driver. Watch dot open case Selenium Chrome. Now here what I need to do is I need to default constructor. So what you can do here, you can use equal to Mercury Mercury. So I'm going to pass these two values, username, password, right? So what I can do instead of Mercury, just I can give, just remove username, and here I'm going to pass the values password. So whatever values are there, that will automatically passes here, and it will go. This is called default constructor. One more error is there. So I don't need to pass any values. So that's all. This is called default constructor. Okay. So this is called default constructor. Next example for parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor. So what is the parameterized constructor? So what I can do is, so I need to declare any values here. I don't need to declare any values here. So just remove these two, and you can use as string username, string password, string password. So here what I can do is, I can pass those values here, but we need to declare here username. What is username? Mercury. That's all. So we are passing the values. This is called default constructor. This is called default. This is called parameterized constructor. So this is called parameterized constructor. Okay, it's called parameterized constructor. Which is called polymorphism. Poly means many forms. Many forms. That is one name with many forms. Known as known as polymorphism. So example, void add integer a comma integer b. Next, void add string a1 comma string b1. Void add. Next, float 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 c1 comma float c1 comma float d1. Void add with double b1 comma double. So see, ma'am, all are having the same name, add, but the passing parameters are different. So this is called as a polymorphism. Actually, we'll call it as a, this part is called as a function overloading. Function overloading is a part of the polymorphism. So function overloading is same name, with different parameters. Same name with different parameters is called function overloading. It's called as a function overloading. So all are having the same name but the different parameters is called function overloading. So just we'll see example for the function overloading. So here calling one void add system dot out dot println no parameters void add string a comma string b concatenation of two strings are Next one is integers, right? Strings.